What did you see?
I saw something silver on the ground amongst the trees.
And what does he look like?
His face was like this, and his eyes were down here.
All the trees would just go down, and there would be no air, and people would be dying.
Extraterrestrial visitors from beyond the stars, bringing visions and a message of Earth's destruction, our destruction. That message, however, was given to a group of children. This is the Ariel School encounter. It's September 16th, 1994, Ruwa, Zimbabwe. In the early 90s, Ruwa was a quiet town on the edge of farmland. Ariel School was a small private institution with an international student body. That Friday morning, the teachers were in a meeting, leaving the children to play outside unsupervised, which was typical. What happened during those minutes of recess would ripple across continents, drawing in journalists, UFO investigators, and even a Harvard psychiatrist. The story the children told was astonishing. They described disc-like craft shining in the sun. Some said one craft, others several. A few of the older students ventured closer to the trees. They spoke of strange beings dressed in black, moving near the craft. The details that came up over and over were the eyes, huge, black, almond-shaped. For many of the kids, the beings were terrifying. Some ran, others were locked in fascination. And then came the strangest part. The claim that messages were being sent, feelings and images pressed directly into their minds. Warnings about the environment, about humanity's future, and the dangers of technology. When the children ran back inside, pandemonium broke out. They spoke over each other, trying to make sense of what they'd seen. The teachers hadn't witnessed anything, but the sheer number of children insisting on the same story forced the adults to listen. Within days, local UFO researcher Cynthia Hind arrived. She interviewed students and asked them to draw what they'd seen. Dozens of sketches emerged, many eerily consistent: round craft, landing legs, and dark figures with large eyes. At nearly the same time, BBC correspondent Tim Leach filmed on site. His footage captured the excitement and fear, still fresh in the children's faces. 2 months later, the story reached Dr. John Mack at Harvard. Mack was already controversial for studying alien abduction claims, and in November 1994, he flew to Zimbabwe, camera in hand. He sat down with the Ariel students one by one. His tapes showed children calmly but seriously recounting what they saw. Mack pressed them gently, and out came the same themes: the beings, the black eyes, and messages about the Earth's future. Mack's involvement gave the case international attention, and his interviews are still the most cited record of the encounter. Today, those children are adults, scattered across the world. Some describe the event as life-changing, inspiring them to care deeply about the environment or to remain open-minded about mysteries. Others recall years of ridicule, being called liars or crazy. For a few, the memories remain unsettling. Visions of black eyes that lingered into their dreams. Many avoided talking about it at all, only opening up decades later when filmmakers tracked them down. Whether positive or negative, the incident left an imprint that never quite left. As the story spread, it picked up extra layers. Documentaries like Ariel Phenomenon revisited the case with archived interviews and new reflections. Netflix's Encounters added fresh controversy, including a claim that a student had invented a rumor, but even the series itself admitted it couldn't be verified. And, of course, online retellings pulled from familiar UFO tropes such as FBI involvement, Men in Black, government cover-ups, but none of those appear in the original reports. They were added later, borrowed from UFO mythology. Now, it's important to understand that not everyone believes the Ariel children saw something extraordinary. Skeptics point to several possibilities. For instance, just 2 nights earlier, a Russian rocket body blazed across the African sky, sparking UFO chatter that could have primed imaginations. Additionally, many believe that group interviews may have allowed older, more confident children to shape what the younger kids remembered. Natural phenomena like dust devils or distant workers could have been misinterpreted. And the message of environmental warning grew more prominent after Mack's interviews, suggesting questioning may have influenced memory. However, even with doubts, the Ariel case endures. Rarely do we hear so many children insist on the same extraordinary story. Rarely do we see such emotion captured on film. Wide eyes, shaky voices, serious faces. For believers, it's evidence of a close encounter. For skeptics, it's a lesson in how stories grow and memory changes. For the rest of us, it's a reminder of how mystery can grip us, shape us, and refuse to let go. The Ariel School UFO case is easily one of my favorite extraterrestrial encounters. More than 60 children claim they saw beings from the stars. Their drawings and interviews still echo decades later. I think about this case often and it always leaves me with the same questions. Why children? Do these beings believe that maybe adults are incapable of understanding them? Will they return? If you enjoyed this video, I would implore you to not only like and subscribe for future content, but also watch the full documentary, Ariel Phenomenon, for the entire story in detail. I promise you won't regret the watch. It's packed with incredible testimonials. It also shows how this encounter has affected these children into adulthood. The curiosity, bravery, crippling fear, and depression. Feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts on this case because I'd love to hear from you. Like, seriously. I'm Josiah with Paranormish, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. Now, remember to keep your eyes to the sky and stay curious.